And then we actually look at the point of why there's so many religions and the eternal religion. Okay, so starting with the fundamental understanding. So now we said that generally there's a consensus among people that God is one. If we say God is the creator, that's singular, no? Isn't it? Creators, we never hear. God is most powerful, God is the destroyer, maintainer, singleton. It's singular, not plural. So then, general consensus is we all are worshipping the same God in different religions, but it's the same God. That makes sense. Okay, we also say that God is unique. If you say there are two gods, three, that means it's not God. God is the one whom like there's no other. There's a word. The Upanishads explain, Natat Anya, I forgot the actual word. Natat Shamash Abhyadikascha Drishyate. Natat Sama. Sama means equal. There's no one equal to him. Natat Sama Abhidyakya Cha Drishyate. Greater, there is no one greater. Adhik means greater. So the one whom like there is no equal or greater. This is God. Okay. So there is one God, okay, we agree. But why do you make so many religions? It's become a problem, isn't it? Everyone is fighting, my God, your God, my religion. It's become a problem. Some are dressing differently. Some have holiday Friday, some Saturday, Sunday, some don't have holiday. Some are eating meat, some are not eating meat. Some are saying we don't have to, some are saying we must eat meat. So this is a problem. Now it's not a problem, but people, you know how they are. They look for something to fight, anything. So Bhagavad Gita discusses this point in chapter 17. Okay, we look at it. Now gradually, let's look at it gradually. First point here, that why we're saying Bhagavad Gita? Why are we looking at this point of view of Bhagavad Gita? For those who study Bhagavad Gita in depth, we will find that this is a non-sectarian presentation. Do you know the meaning of sectarian? Neither does India, because this is a universal text. In Gita itself, it says that it was spoken to Surya Bhagavan, sun god. It was spoken to Ikshvaku. It was spoken to many different personalities. So it is a great work which covers scientifically all spiritual topics. Many different questions are answered, especially concerning God, nature, Prakriti, nature, and the order and the arrangement of the universe, and how we are, what is our position in this universe, how we are controlled by different energies and time and karma on all these topics. So there's also in-depth information about us. We don't know who we are. Practically speaking, none of us know who we are, because we don't know why we were born, how we were born, and before being born, where were we? So Gita explains this. In order to understand this point of why there are so many different religions and the one God, we have to understand some points taken from the Gita. So the 2 points, fundamental facts we have to understand. One is, we are discussing about why different religions. First of all, understand what is the purpose of religion. There's a purpose for everything. Why are we following religion? There's a purpose. Second point, how we are conditioned by material nature. Now you may not properly understand this term, what I'm saying, conditioned by material nature. I'll explain you. We'll explain in detail, but just overview to explain you what this means is that you see all of us are in these bodies. Okay, we are not the body, we are the soul seated in this body. Now this body has different demands and we have to listen. I'm hungry, okay. I'm sleepy, then we have to sleep. Now I'm feeling cold and you have to keep it warm. Body is demanding, we have to listen. Actually, we are not the body, we are in it. So in this way, we are controlled by nature through this body. Hot, cold, hungry, thirsty, we are controlled. So now the purpose of religion. Look at this word. We looked at this in a few Sundays ago. We described how the religion comes from the word religare. It's a Latin word. English originates from Latin and some part of Greek, a little bit German, French, but mostly Latin. So now they derive their science, everything from Latin. That was the, you could say, initial European civilization was there. Greece and among those southern part of Europe, then it spread all over. So when they want to find some word, their origin, they study this language. Now, religion comes from the word religare. Religare means reconnect, simple. Reconnect, religare. So now, religare, reconnect to who or what? To God. Religare, that word was used. That religion, what we are calling religion, in Latin, they understood that this means to reconnect to God. Now, this implies that there was a connection, it's been lost. We have to reconnect to God. That will make us perfect, happy, peaceful. Now we are not connected. The process of reconnecting to God is called religion. This is religion. Actually, religion means to know God and then to develop love for God. This word, philosophy, that's also originates from Latin. Philosophy means lover of God. Now it's taken as philosophy, some discussion. Even you can have philosophy without God, isn't it? Many people discuss philosophy. My philosophy, this philosophy, that everyone has their own philosophy. But philosophy originally was a discussion about how to awaken love of God. So, what do we know from this? Intellectual scientists previously were very theistic. They wanted to connect to God and they had words, they had a process. Now, this came into English religion. But still no one has proper idea what is religion, because some people take religion as something like a faith, but religion is process to connect to God. And to connect to God, first you have to know who He is. Therefore, religion means you have to know God and then you have to develop love for God. To know God and to love Him. And to love God means you will follow Him. If you love someone and they say something, we'll do it. So this is religion. We cannot really love someone if we don't know who they are. We have to have proper knowledge. So again, the process of knowing God, awakening love for God is religion. Okay, so now there's truth service here. We are writing here that, yeah, now see, these are two quotes. This is spoken by the founder of Iskcon, Prabhupada. Here he is. Prabhupada is for the modern age, one of the greatest Sanskrit scholars and Vedic Pandits. He had a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and he wrote many books presenting Vedic points. We say religion means to love God, and you cannot love God unless you learn what God is. That means you have to learn of God. Only then can they be real religion. This was a conversation with a Christian in Paris. Second quote. The conclusion is religion needs to love God, and to love God means you must know God. So anytime you talk about religion, there must be God. But you see, nowadays you have religion without God. You know, so-called some spiritual and spiritual people, they don't speak about God. Or religious systems, they look for the personality God. But if you look back in ancient Europe and if you look for our tradition, everything, religion is actually a God, someone who we are going to find out about, love, and to follow him. So this is actually religion. This is
Okay, so purpose of religion is to know God, to know God and to awaken love for God. This is the purpose. Okay, now we said that there are two fundamental questions, points that we have to understand before we take our talk. One is purpose of religion. Second is how we are conditioned by material religion. Okay, now we're looking at the second point. How we are conditioned by material religion. Actually speaking, now this is showing something. You see two people are there. One is like a master, one is a servant. But they both be controlled by strings. What is this showing? This is actually pictorial representation of the verse of the Gita. Bhagavad Gita says, "Priti Priyamani Gurupramati Sarvasha." We are all controlled by nature. We think we're independent, but we are servant of our stomach, eyes, tongue. They're all demanding the other. We are servant of our body. We say servant of our senses. So this is showing how that is. That nature, Prakriti, consists of three modes or three gunas. Guna can be low, or guna can be quality. So you see how these two people are controlled by three different personalities. So why are we controlled by nature? Now let's go back. Now we are in this material world. We are controlled by nature. That is a fact. But what we understand from the Upanishads is that we were not always like this. We are
souls, Atma. And this soul, this Atma, was in a spiritual world with God. At that time, we were not in condition, we were not illusion, we had full knowledge. We knew everything. Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat means we had no birth and death, we were eternal. Chit means, oh, can you move forward, by the way, because people are coming, they're not able to sit on the mat. Yeah, especially in the middle here. Yeah, there's a lot of place. Okay. Okay, so topic still forward. Okay, so we were originally in a spiritual world. Now, in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, in Vaikuntha, there is Krishna or Vishnu. And we were there. We were not in illusion. We were in a pure spiritual form. This is explained in the Upanishads. It says, Aye divyani dhamani tashtuhum. Oh, those who are coming from the Divya Dham, coming from the spiritual world. Okay, so we were coming from there. The power was gone, I think. This is working because of inverter. So we were not from here. We were from a spiritual world, okay? But Upanishads explain that we did not want to take part in the Leela of Krishna, in the service of God. We thought, I want to enjoy myself, not serve God. So then we fell to this material world. And when we came to this material world, to this matter, then we became covered by the Maya, the matter. This material energy known as Maya, it covered us so that we forgot who we are. None of us can remember our identity. We don't understand that I am Atma. We don't even understand about God. We are totally covered. Now in this state of confusion and loss of knowledge, one has to relearn about themselves, relearn, and therefore the Vedas are brought. The Vedas were brought to give us knowledge to come back to God. This is the ultimate purpose of Veda. Where does it say? It says in the Veda. It says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarveraham Vedescha Sarvair Aham Eva Vedya. That all the Vedas are simply being given to know me, Krishna says. So by the Vedas, we were meant to know Krishna, to come back to him. This is the purpose. So now we are covered by material energy, and so we lost all our knowledge and all our understanding. So now we are meant to, what are we meant to do? We are meant to learn about God and reconnect to him, and this is religion. Process of religion is again to remember who is God, because the memory got covered. This is explained in the Upanishads. So Bhagavad Gita also presents this. So initially, we had a desire to not serve God. So this is some kind of a disease. You know, when someone has a disease, we don't eat normally, we cannot sleep normally, we are not normal. And someone may even speak strangely, not his normal sense. So similarly, now that we have turned away from God, we are not in a normal way. We are diseased, materially diseased by this material energy. What is material energy? This Maya Shakti, this material energy, which has covered us in the form of this body, making us enjoy this material world. So religion means to take us back to God. But there is a problem. If we are going to give one religion, let's say one antidote, then it means that everyone has the same disease, but it's not like that. Everyone is different. Everyone has a different level of forgetfulness of God. You see this word aversion in English. Aversion means against. Everyone has a different level of aversion to God. Okay, some people don't accept God at all. Actually, we all rejected God. That's why we are here. The Upanishad says. But now, everyone is at a different level. Some completely reject God. There is no God. This is the extreme case. Others say, yes, there is a God, but he's a light. He's not a person. But that's another way of denying God. Because if he's a person, now I have to surrender to him, serve him. I don't want to do that. So I'm saying there's no God, there is some light energy. It means I don't have to do anything. He's there, I'm here. So some say that. Some say I'm God, but if they get a toothache, they had to go to the dentist. God went to the dentist. Some say we are God, but we forgot. Oh, God forgot. Then what is our position if God is going to forget? How he created, how he destroyed. So everyone has different ideas. Now some say, yes, there is a God. I'll worship, but I want to eat meat and I want to have alcohol. Okay, so some kind of system is brought for him to come back to God and allow you can eat meat and have alcohol, but it will not be the same level as other religious system. It will not be the same. Now we are talking about this person who is bringing religious systems in this creation whenever it declines. I'm speaking about one verse of Gita. Who can say? Yes? Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharat abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajamyam. What does this mean? Krishna is saying, whenever and wherever there's a decline in religion, at that time I will descend and abhyuthanam tadatmanam sajami. I will descend. He will bring the religion. So now this verse in Bhagavad Gita doesn't just refer to India and Veda. You see, actually, every single religion in this creation is from the same personality. But so why is it different? Because the people are different. The people didn't want, you see, they want to do this, they want to do that, different activities. So, okay, as I told you, the aversion to God is different at different levels. Some people fully accept, I surrender, I want to worship God. Where are you? I'll worship you. Others, no, there is a God, but he doesn't have a form. Others say he has a form, yes, okay, but I want to have alcohol, so okay, then he brings a system where they can reconnect to him, because religion has to be in every society, but the people are different, so they'll get a different type of practice. Even in the jungle, in the forest, or people who have never seen our cities and everything, they have some kind of religion. Everyone has. So according to the people. So now, this is now what we're calling material nature. Everyone has different nature. That means we have been covered by Maya, but we have different character, different desires and likes and dislikes. So accordingly, religious systems are given. So someone can practice and come to God, but fulfill their material desire. Otherwise, if you bring one system, they say, I don't like it. Because it's saying that I should not. Can you give me some water? My bottle. I think that's it. Is that my? No, that's not. Anyway, sorry. So, as I mentioned, some people want to continue being addicted to certain things. So, different religious system for that. Now, this is why they are different religions. Actually, there's something he's adding in the water. I have to have it. It's not only there's some medicine. He's going to add it. So it's okay. Thank you. Thanks. Put it in emergency. Thanks. Okay, this is now, I partially answered the question, why are there different religious systems? I said that religion means to reconnect to God. Then I said that people have to reconnect, but they are different levels. They have different desires. But Krishna says, wherever there's a declined religion, I will manifest a religion. Now that you have to understand, Bhagavad Gita is not sectarian. It was meant for the whole creation. Therefore, I was saying that Bhagavad Gita, even the word India, Hindu doesn't come there. It meant for all the souls. How many people are souls here? No one. Okay. Who is not a soul? Okay. Got the answer different way. We are all souls. We are all Atma. Bhagavad Gita is meant for us. Even other countries. Actually, it's meant for animals, but of course they cannot use it. So I partially answered the question, but still we didn't look at the verse from Bhagavad Gita. Now we look at it. Good. Now let's look at it. Why so many religions? There are many different religions because everyone has different level of material conditioning. We use this word. Different degrees of material disease. Okay. Now here the verse is in Bhagavad Gita. Here it says, this is the shlok in Bhagavad Gita, text, chapter 17, text 2 and 3. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds: goodness, passion, ignorance. Now hear about this. Then the next verse, O son of Bharat. Who's son of Bharat? Arjun. Speaking to Arjun. And Krishna saying, according to one's existence, under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired. You see, according to the mode, according to the material desire, I like this, I don't like that. Everyone has a different nature. So according to that, then religion manifests. Okay, now we looked at these two verses in Bhagavad Gita. You see, now Bhagavad Gita is explaining here that it's a broadly, universally applicable point, what is written here. Now we're looking at, just 1 second. Okay, so it is, yeah. Now before we go on, this concept of material mode, I'm going to explain it further. Have you heard of, people understand this word, sattvic? Sattvic. Now after sattvic, this is very common. Everyone knows sattvic ahar and all this. But now second is rajasic. Have you heard this? Yeah. Then tamasic. Okay. These are the triguna. Okay. These are the three modes of nature. Nature, Maya, has three levels by which it can affect us. Just like a disease, someone may have a cold, very serious cold, flu, or not so much, or hardly, very little. So, sattva gun means someone is not so much affected by Maya or material energy. He has some spiritual inclination, some level of peace and happiness, not so much power. That is sattva gun. Rajagun means the person, he's very much affected by the material energy. Rajagun is characterized by desire to enjoy in this world. Hard work and desire to enjoy this body. Very, very disturbed state. Wanting to enjoy this body, this world, and endeavoring hard for that. Okay, the third one, tamogun, I hope you understand because it's a little new concept, but then to understand this, we have to understand this. Now, tamogun means seriously affected by material energy. What is the characterization of that? That some kind of madness. You cannot even speak to this person. He's so much absorbed in his thoughts and he's not normal. And anytime he'll get angry, anytime he'll get jealous. Okay, and Bhagavad Gita explains some other characterization that many hours of sleep every day and laziness. So this is tamogun. So now Bhagavad Gita is saying, now if you this understanding, if you look at this verse that we are looking at today, let's read it again. According to one's existence under various modes of nature. So if you look at the Sanskrit, it's talking about the triguna. According to the guna of the person, one has a kind of faith. A sattvic person will have a certain kind of attraction to a certain religion. A rajasic person, he'll have attraction to one religion, and a tamasic person. Okay? And therefore, there's so many different, within Vedas, some people get very confused. Why can't we just have one book? We have Puranas, Upanishad, Vedanta, what to virtually follow? It's so confusing. But actually, that is because they were different gunas. So everyone is following a path that was previously. Now no one knows anything, of course. But now Bhagavad Gita is the summary. But why were there 18 Puranas? Because 6 were tamasic, 6 were rajasic, 6 were sattvic. In the tamasic Puranas, it says you can eat meat, you can have alcohol, and you worship like this and this, but you'll get a reaction for that. But it allows you in that way. But you will not get liberation. Rajasic Puranas, it shows how we can get wealth, how we can enjoy in this world, and that is the main point. Sattvic Puranas, they give liberation, they give mukti. Now in each of these 3 groups of Puranas, they are different personalities to worship. This is another confusion, isn't it? Now this Purana is saying he's supreme, this one he's supreme, so which one shall we follow? Even now because we are talking within Vedas, what to speak of other religions. Why are they different personalities written like this? Because everyone is at a different gun level. So they said, okay, you worship this personality, you worship this. And so even within the Vedas, it looks like there are many paths. But actually only the Sattvic Puranas give liberation. What I'm speaking is given in Padma Purana, and it's spoken by Lord Shiva to Devi. There's a shloka explaining the list of Sattvic Puranas, Rajasic and Tamasic. So now that you understand something about mode of nature, now you look at the verse, the second one. O son of Bharat, according to one's existence under various modes, one evolves a particular faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to modes. So a Sattvic person, he'll go to Sattvic religion like this. So now within the same Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada wrote a commentary. This is our Srila Prabhupada here. And in one commentary, in one purport, he wrote this. It's a little long, but it covers a lot of things we want to cover today. Important points. Here I'll read it out. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission. In each and every incarnation, because Bhagavan comes in avatars, isn't it? So this is speaking about that. In each and every incarnation, avatar, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under particular circumstance. You see, not that he'll speak everything, they're not ready. But the mission is the same, to lead the people to God consciousness. The goal of religion, to love God and to know God and to love Him. So he tries to bring them back to Him. And obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally. Sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son, his servant, or himself disguised form. Some people worship, no, Son of God. Some say, okay, Messenger of God. So it's not that God will come, he may send representative, but the mission is the same, to lead people back to God consciousness. Now it said here, the principles of Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, for that matter, to other highly elevated persons, because they were highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. So Bhagavad Gita, if you read, it's very deep. It talks about reincarnation, it talks about Atma, but some people, if they hear reincarnation, they'll not accept or they'll get afraid. So it was not mentioned in some places. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginner's arithmetic class and in advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics. In all incarnations of the Lord, therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. Religion is the same. Who can answer how many religions are there? Say some figure. What do you think, Arjun? How many? How many religions are there? 10? Shall we say 10? 15? 20? Anyone counted? You know what Prabhupada said? There's only one religion. There is only one religion, but we gave it different name. In fact, whoever came and brought religion, you'll just observe. For example, when Christianity came, the word Christianity was never mentioned there. The word Hindu doesn't come in Gita in the Vedas. And even the word Muslim doesn't come in the Quran. Because these are principles of religion brought by people for certain people. So Prabhupada explained this point. What is religion? To know God and to love Him. That is in all religions. There's nothing different. That we have to know God, we can decide to come to Him and to serve Him. So actually there's only one religion. So the principles are the same. But if we look at then here it says the mission is the same, but the second line, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by particular people. You see, people could not grasp everything, then he'll not speak. So now it appears that there are different religions. Actually, it's one religion. The principles are the same. But everything is not mentioned. Why isn't everything mentioned? Because the people are at different levels. Okay, so I answered this question. One God, many religions. God is one, that is accepted. He brought different religions because all over the world, everyone is at a different level. So we cannot have one size fits all. I mean, if you go to the shop, we'll find different cloth sizes for everyone, isn't it? It's not one size. Two sizes are different according to the person. And when you go to the doctor, there's some illness. Then he'll prescribe the medicine according to your level. It's not the same. Everyone has malaria, not that everyone will get the same medicine. So similarly, religion means to reconnect to God, and they're different people. So how will they all reconnect to God? It depends on their levels. Okay? So now in this topic of religion, we spoke about different religions, but we said they're actually one religion, and the message is not fully given because of the level of the people. Now we'll look at one more topic, the eternal religion. Okay, so the eternal religion. Okay, so now if we ask a question to anybody, which is the best religion? Mine, definitely. Whatever we follow, we say mine is the best, isn't it? Someone's riding a bike, no matter what it is, which is the best bike? This is a good bike. If it doesn't matter how it is. People have that tendency. So, what is the best religion? This is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam. And if you're going to answer that question, we have to go back to the fundamentals. Who can remember? Two fundamental points about religion. Yes. We have to know God. So the religious process, that's giving so much knowledge about God. Isn't that good? And we're not going to give names here at all. We're not going to say this one, that one. We're giving the principles. we understand that we have to know God. So if we get the most information about God, isn't that so good? Good religion. Second, love of God. How we can love of God? If you look at the result. Now, when you want to plant a mango tree, people who cultivate fruits and vegetables, they know this. They find a good fruit. Oh, it's a good fruit. Can I get the seed? Or let me take a seed. Why? It's a good fruit. If I plant the tree, it will be good. So if you want to see, because as I said, we're not going to name names. We are looking at principles. That we'll see a result that people following this came out like this. They are loving God. Loving God means it's not only that I love the humans, but no, we'll eat this animal. They're all children of God because they're all souls, isn't it? Okay, so we'll see. And now, as I said, the Vedas describe these principles and explain about parodharma. It explains about the topmost religion. And it says the topmost religion is that which can help someone to develop love of God, which is uninterrupted and unmotivated. This is a little alien concept nowadays. When we say unmotivated religion, in the last 2 weeks or 1 month, okay, I'll be generous, 1 month, how many people went to a temple, holy place? Okay, 6 months, 6 months. 1 year? Okay, thank you. All right. So now, try to remember when you went to the temple, how many of you prayed that I want to pass an exam or something? Yeah, okay. So, generally speaking, why do we go to the church or temple or a mosque? Generally speaking, we ask something, isn't it? Give me this or give me that, give me something. This is not unmotivated religion. Unmotivated, I hate to key. But don't worry if everyone is like that nowadays. It's a very common thing that we go to God to ask something. We don't go to God to pray just for that, because it's our duty. So the topmost religion is that which can make someone to love God and serve Him unmotivatedly, without anything, something not common. Huh? We've not heard of that, but there is a principle like that. And uninterrupted, that means we're always worshiping God. Not that, okay, I'll take a break 1 year, it's too much. Then I'll start again. Okay, now I'll worship, now I'll stop. Uninterrupted, unmotivated. So there's this shlok which comes. Savai pumsam parodharo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6. The supreme occupation or dharma, or we can say religion, for all humanity, the supreme, the best, parodharma, you see, savai pumsam parodharma, is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service, or bhakti, must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. This verse says a lot of things. But you see now, so I was speaking about this word. There's a word here, ahituki. That means that if someone can reach a stage by following a religion where he's worshipping God, not because he wants anything, not that, okay, I'm suffering, what kind of God is this? I don't know, I'll stop worshipping. I mentioned in a previous class that in Germany this happened. In Germany, in World War II, everyone was going to the church to pray to God. We have to win the war. In Britain also, Germany was fighting Britain and Allied forces. So everyone is praying, but there can only be one winner, isn't it? So Germany lost, and it's explained from that time they became all atheists. Germany has a lot of atheists. Why? If there's a God, why did we lose the war? We should have won. We prayed. So people are praying for something. Now, if it's genuine religion, whatever happens, God, I'll worship you. Whatever you want, if you want to make me suffer, that's my greatest bliss. But let me worship you. Yeah, all of you are looking strangely. This is something strange concept in religion. Because we're used to religion that I want something. That is in the beginning. In the beginning, God, give me this, give me that, give me. But at one stage, then we'll serve God. So, uninterrupted, ahituki, and this is unmotivated. And then apratihata. Apratihata means that we worship God without stopping, without break. Not that now it's too cold, I'm not going out. I'm not going to the temple. It's too cold. I won't go out. It's raining. No matter what, no one can stop that. So that is actual bhakti, actual religion, actual love of God, isn't it? So the system that can create one to be unmotivated and uninterrupted, and then the last line here, yayatma prasidati, such that we are so happy, suprasidati means so satisfied and so happy. Now, what does this tell us? It tells us that actual nature of the jiva, the soul, is to worship God. And that's how he becomes happy. He'll only be happy if he worships God in an unmotivated way and uninterrupted, fully. And he'll become very happy. This is what Bhagavatam is saying. And the religion which can cause this is the topmost. So this is given as the parodharma, the topmost religion that one can follow if it gives this result. And what is the name? Whatever it is, follow whatever religion, but you have to get this result. Then it's called topmost. This is definition given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So one God, many religions, we looked at that. Then we looked many religions. Actually, it's one religion. It's the same message. I am in this world, I'm suffering, I want to come to God, and I'm given a system how I practice and come to love God and to serve Him. But why are there apparently differences? Because the people are different. Some want to continue eating this, drinking that, or that. Also, a religion is for them where they can do that, but they're not on the same level as I said. If someone is eating meat, they have to suffer that karma. But because they're following a religious process, they'll get some benefit. But finally, when one practices religion in this form, this is the topmost. Okay, Hare Krishna. So this concludes the presentation. Anyone have any question on this? Some of you would have come here thinking that big topic on religion. So come here and maybe you had some questions. Anyone? Yeah. Yes, Hare Krishna.
My question in Hinduism, there is different Puranas. Some Puran says that the first creation is done by Lord Shiva.
Yeah.
Just Srimad Bhagavatam, Puran says that it is done
Yes.
by Krishna.
Mm.
And Devi Bhagavatam says that it is done by Devi.
Devi.
So, if all that pastimes are true, then how will we connect that this is also true and this is also true and whether it is all one?
Okay. You see, when we were talking this religious process being all one, that was speaking between Vedic and non-Vedic. Okay. Now, if you look within the Vedas, we have 18 major Puranas and 18 minor Puranas. They're called Upapuranas and Mahapuranas. Now, if you look at the Mahapuranas, they're 18. They are listed in Padma Purana. There, Devi asked Lord Shiva that there are so many different forms of worship. What you want to follow, how do we follow? So his response, Lord Shiva's response was, he listed 18 Puranas. 18, he said, he even listed that, he said, these are tamasic, these are rajasic, these are sattvic. Now your question is that different places it says, this is the creator, which one? How are they different? So now the principle is this, that you see now you understand Sattva, Raja and Tamogun. Now can you tell me which is the most ideal? Sattva. Second, Rajagun. Third is Tamas. So now, if there's a contradiction between two, and there'll be so many, we have to see the guna. And we have to accept the Purana with the higher guna. Okay? You understand this point? The Purana of the higher guna is accepted when there's a clash. If it's tamasic and rajasic, we'll take what is in rajasic. If it's sattvic and rajasic, we'll take the sattvic. Okay? Also, not all Puranas give mukti. And some people don't want mukti. They said, I want to worship God to get wealth. I want to get Dhanam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, give me fame, give me wealth, give me a beautiful wife, give me a big car, give me, job in Infosys, whatever. They come and worship for that. They don't want mukti. So they'll not find what they want in the Sattvic Puranas. So they'll not even follow that. Now, this is the good thing about the Vedic presentation, that whatever is the level, everyone can engage in, and whatever level they're at, eventually they'll come to the highest level. So anyway, that's the answer to your question. It's not that it's all the same level. Hare Krishna. Any other? Yes? One God. Okay. The question is, in some religion they say that we should kill the other people. That is the, yeah. I went through different religious systems. In some of them, you see interpretation. Some religions are born in a place where there's violence. Even for them to survive, there's violence. So instructions are given, and it's for a particular time and place. That now you want to spread, they're not letting you spread. You have to kill these people, and this religion has to expand. So it's at a particular time and place, but it was taken that this is forever, for eternity. This is my observation when I studied. And there are people who twist anything to satisfy their own aims, which is not even there, things which are not there. They'll make twist it like that. Any other question? Yeah. So there are many different paths even within the and then where there's not so much of sharing to the idea of person God, where for instance, there are yogis, especially now in half of them, they really take some kind of person, take some void, and there's no concept of love towards being meditating. So always see them also through this usually. Okay, so I'll repeat in case you didn't get it. The question is that I said that the purpose of God, the purpose of religion is to know God and to love Him. So, but there's some people who are worshiping in a religious system. There's no personality, just some impersonal thing. So now that, as I mentioned earlier, right in the beginning, that yes, there are different conceptions in religion and people. You see, some people will say that yes, there is a God, there's a form. Others say no, there's no form. So now, actually in religion, and this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's mentioned there that conception of religion without God is not, it's not taken as real religion in the highest sense, because we want to reconnect to God, and God has three features. It says that Vadanti Tatadvidas Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan Iti Shabdyate. God has a form by which He's pervading everything. This is known as Brahman, that we are familiar with. That is known as Brahma. Then there's Brahm, and then there's another known as Paramatma, whereby He entered into everyone's heart. He's present. Then there's a third, which is known as Bhagavan, the personality Himself. So, highest concept of religion, actually understanding, is that Bhagavan Himself, from Him Brahma Jyoti expands, and Paramatma. So when we realize God as a person, this is the highest concept of religion. Because then, that is most complete. Because that is the personality of God. When we realize only Brahman, that God is energy, that is a partial realization. Because Bhagavad Gita says, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Krishna says, this Brahman is expanding from me. We have to find the source. So now, yeah, you said that how to understand this with people who are not worshiping personal form. Well, it's not a full realization of God. But whatever level that people are at, good, let them would do that, go on that level, and gradually they can come to high level. But this is in Bhagavatam, explaining three features of God, and the topmost is Bhagavan. So yes, some people worship that impersonal, and they are following, let them follow. But if someone wants to get deeper knowledge, they come to personal form of God, which is explained in so many parts of the Vedas. Highest conception of God. Hare Krishna. Yeah,
I think suppose a person
yeah.
manages Vrindavan, manages next
Vaikuntha.
Vrindavan.
Vrindavan Dham, or Vaikuntha, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay, spiritual, yeah.
then for some reason there he loses his focus and then he develops desire of Maya. Is it possible like for him?
No, Bhagavad Gita says in three places, Yad Gatva Nanivartante Dhama Paramamama. One who goes back doesn't come back because he's wiser. He knows what, not to come back here. That is clearly mentioned. Yeah, that's a fear. Now I came here, what if I come back? But it's explained. Krishna said that he explained in one verse, Natad bhasyate na suryo na shashankuna pavakaha yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramamama. He says, in my abode, everything is effulgent. There is no need of sun, fire, electricity, because everything is bright, ujjwal, bhasyat. So then he says, and when one goes there, he will never come back down. He will not fall again. Yeah, that's so easy.
We usually fall once.
Yeah, that is it. But it's a long time ago. Anadi karma phale purya avarnava jale. We fell long time back. We took many births, all species. And the Vedas are here. Krishna gave the Vedas, Puranas, for us to study and go back. But that will only come when we get fed up. But people are still trying to enjoy in this material world. But after many births, or sometimes not so many births, we begin to realize actually there's no happiness here. It's so much suffering. Where is the happiness? Where's the knowledge? So they start to search. They come to Bhagavad Gita, to the Vedas, then they go. Okay, one more question? Yeah. Yeah, personal, yeah.
Right now, that we get contented with a select form of object, we have to complete the object. So it's somebody that by the God. So we are saying that he's worshipping God. But if we say that the person is worshipping God as a people select form, so would it make sense to say that the particular person having the power of understanding or let's say, new form of realization so that he can focus on something which has been form of any kind of personalized translation.
Okay. So from what I understood, you're saying that if someone worships an impersonal form, this is higher because you said it's higher than a personal.
Can take
Because it takes more effort to focus on an impersonal. Okay. Now, first of all, the idea that you see, personal, impersonal, everything I've taken from Shastra. Okay. Now, Krishna says in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, who knows the title? Yes? Bhakti Yoga. Now, in there, Krishna asks a question. He says, can I get a Gita? Verse. He says that many people. So Krishna asked that, and Arjuna asked Krishna a question. Sorry, put off this. Here, come from. Okay, the question Arjuna asked. He says, Evam sadada yuktaye bhaktasvam paryupasate yechapi akshanam avyaktam tesham ke yogavitam. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your worshipping your personal form or impersonal? He says, aksharam, avyaktam. That means avyakta form or the personal form. Okay. Then Krishna answers. Then he says, I'll just read the translation. Those who fix their mind on my personal form are engaged in worship me with great transcendental faith, are considered to me to be most perfect. Maya vesha manoye mam nitya yukta upasate hridaya parayopeta steme yukta tamomata. He says these are the highest. Worship my personal form. And he says those who worship the impersonal, where is it? Klesho adhikaras tesham avyakta sakta chetasam. Those who worship my impersonal form, klesho adhika, it's very difficult. Why? Because for us to focus on something, as you said, that if someone has ability to do that, it's greater. But the thing is, it's difficult, very difficult. Now, if I say God, what will you think of? Someone may think of their vigraha, they're worshipping Archa vigraha. But a person who's worshipping impersonal, you cannot think of something. So if you always have to remember God, it's very practical that you're thinking of a personality. But anyway, this was Krishna's personal suggestion in Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, that evam satata yuktaye bhaktastam paryupasate. Arjuna asked, which is better? Those who worship you are personal or impersonal? And he said that my personal form is better. And there's a reason for that. You see, I said that people are averse to worshipping God. That's why we came here. We turned away from God. So people have different level of acceptance of God. Those who don't want to accept God as a person, still there are remnants of rejecting God. But those who accept God as a personality, because he describes himself in Bhagavatam, in Gita, in Brahma Samhita, many texts, Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Rig Veda, Brahmo Devaki Putra, he said, Supreme is the son of Devaki. So, one who fully accepts God's form, and it's described in Shastra, that he's said to be reaching the end of his material life. I mean, spiritual, he's on the edge of getting spiritual liberation because he accepted God in his form. I don't know, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, if not, you can ask me again after. Okay? All right, any other question? Okay, Hare Krishna, we will stop here. All right, and still if anyone has a question, after this you can ask, okay? And now we're going to make some announcements. Just